I took out an iL2. Finish or leave server. What was this plane I was flying real quick? Hang on. Finish spectate. What was I in? BF 109F4. Okay, I like that. So.
Alright, so let's see how you do that. Now I go over here to properties.
All right.
I think I found out what I had to do. I had to add a second library
Okay.
on the D drive. Now I just got to see if that option is going to show up for me this time.
Hopefully, you should be able to like give it a right click. Properties, local files, and then have move install folder. It takes up about 28 gigabytes. So the question I have is, how much room do you have on your SSD? Hopefully that's enough.
Not much.
Time for an SSD upgrade?
Good Lord, already? It's got, I think it's a 256 gig. Oh,
I'll give you
that's a
this.
fairly big SSD.
There's a reason why I bought a 1 terabyte SSD.
But yeah, I don't know that I could fit a terabyte SSD in here. Well, I assume it's still just a standard size.
Yeah. I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, your SSD is one of those M.2 SATA SSDs, right? It's kind of
Hmm.
the chip instead of an actual physical drive.
I honestly do not know.
Well, you added the hard drive to it, right? Or it didn't come with the hard
No,
drive, right?
it did. Yeah, it came with both.
Oh,
It came with a 56 SSD and a 1 terabyte regular drive.
gotcha. So typically with that, it will have an M.2 SSD and a conventional 2.5-inch drive. So what you do is you just buy an M.2 style SSD. We would just have to look up your laptop model to see if it supports NVMe, and if it doesn't, then we just get a hang on, where's messaging? I've got Dex running on my computer, so that way I can text my nephew easier without having to look at my phone. Where's messaging?
Right now, I got 27 gig free before I move this.
Before you move it, I think you'll be okay. If I remember correctly, Nevada by itself is probably like 30 gigs plus a few hundred megabytes for each module. So I think you should be okay after moving it. It's just if you ever want to buy more stuff, or if they add any free map, because apparently there's another free map coming out. So if they came out with that before the end of the year, then that's another 20, 30 gigs right there.
Hmm.
So it might be time to get a bigger SSD. Here, I'll pull up the old Micro Center. I paid like $90 for my 1 terabyte. They're actually not too bad. Let's see, parts.
1 terabyte, $125 for a Samsung.
Oh, you're looking too?
Just checking on Amazon real quick while I'm waiting for that to move.
Yeah. Let's see. Solid state drive.
2 terabyte for 300.
Open the wallet wide.
Yeah, I don't think I'm that hungry.
um, yeah, like a 1 terabyte traditional 2.5 inch will run you $80.
Yeah, those are cheap.
It just depends on what form factor. Because I think M.2 and NVMe style form factors do go up a bit in price. And I think part of the thing that's going to be a driving factor here is the fact that you're sharing um, your OS and stuff with your everything else on the SSD. So an
Yeah.
alternative that you could have here. What is my notification now? Nothing important. An alternative you could work with here instead is getting a 1 terabyte 2.5 inch and swapping your hard drive out for a 2.5 inch SSD.
Yeah.
So just having all SSD drives in your machine. That would actually be a good option.
Yeah.
If you do that, then you can pick up that 1 terabyte for $80.
Yeah, because the NVMe one is $170
For what
for a
brand?
1 gig for Evo
Yeah, those
Samsung.
are expensive. For what it's worth, Micro Center does have an
Oh, actually,
NVMe.
Crucial has one for 95.
Yeah, I was gonna say they
Crucial
should
1
be
terabyte.
decent. My nephew said, when I come to Texas again, I want to have a dogfight with you in DCS, or we can go on a mission and you can stream it.
Hmm. It looks like there's a few of them for right around $100
Yeah,
NVMe, but same price. Well, the standard.
and it really depends on what you plan to do because let me see here. I wonder if you could get like a 2 terabyte 2.5 for not much more
That's
than
what I'm looking at for 2 terabyte. Oh, that's a USB. Why
That's
is
the
it?
only thing I hate about SSDs is how expensive they get when you go up above 1 terabyte. Heck, my first SSD I still have installed on my computer was a 60 gigabyte, and I paid $100 for that. And that was back when they were new on the market. Worth it, but not really.
About 2 terabytes run about $225, between 200 and $225.
I found an Intel, get this, an Intel M.2 NVMe for cheaper than anything else, and it's 195. Regular price is 439 on it. It's on sale at Micro Center. That's crazy. That's the
Hmm.
same SSD I have, just 2 terabyte instead of one. Mine, I think regular price was like 250 or something. I got it for like $90.
Wow,
Yeah, they're discounted pretty deep. I think
that
because
might be a better way to go. I'm up to 55 gig now.
all right. So if you want to fire up DCS and try downloading again, thankfully moving DCS is actually not hard. It's just that you have to move the entire folder. Then you have to edit all your shortcuts and change the target location to the new DCS location.
SSD though.
Do what?
I don't really want to move it off the SSD.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think you said you mentioned you bought a couple other Steam games, or at least one other Steam game.
Yeah, uh, I can probably. I was gonna just move that one too because I don't play it much at all.
Yeah, I would say
I
to just move it.
only played it once. I could probably just delete it actually. My daughter will be playing it.
Yeah, that's right. I got you hooked on the flight sim bug.
Actually, I think I'll delete that one and then overload. I can move.
Depending on how long the DCS modules will take, we could probably mess around with iL2 while we wait. At least
Yeah,
get
because it runs. When I did one a while ago, well, it ran pretty slowly.
we could probably work on your mappings just to knock that out while we wait.
Move, install, follower. All right. I'm moving over.
So, did you get the air show plans sorted?
Yeah, I think we'll go when we're ready to go. So, because he wants to go early, but he's got his mom with her, and he says she's not going to get up early. And he said honestly, we'll probably get there somewhere between 9 and 10. But
Hmm.
I want more than an hour to look at the warbirds and stuff. So,
Yeah.
um, I'll. What sounds good to you? Leave here at We can leave here at 8:30 ish.
Well, that sounds fine to me.
Get us there around 9.
8:30.
Or well, yeah, we can plan on 8. It'll probably take us at least 30 minutes to get there. It's 8:30. Get situated, find our way in, and all that stuff. So we got plenty of time to look at the displays.
Yeah. Cool thing about the warbirds is I think some of them they'll set up where you can sit in them and stuff, right?
Uh, I think so. In some cases, they will.
Probably the static ones that aren't going to be flying in the show because, for obvious reasons, they're not going to want someone messing with a air show prepped aircraft.
I wonder how long this thing is going to take. When I started them a while ago, the torrent was going super slow.
It might be
So
also
I
because
don't.
it's update day, so everyone's trying to download their
Oh,
updates.
well, that may be true too. I downloaded the Huey, and that went fairly quick. I did it by itself.
Oh, okay.
Start that update. Or not the update. I already did the update. It's downloading the.
We're still hoping that it fits. It should tell you how big the download is, so I'm hoping that it comes back and says it'll fit.
I'm waiting for it to move overload. Just about done that.
So, how are we gonna get in if your friend's not there?
He should be there. It's a different friend.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It's a guy I work with at the church, but it's not. It's not my good buddy.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
All right, so I moved that, but now I should have even more room. It's 32 gig coming down,
Okay, yeah. So 32, and then you've got
and I
what?
had 55, and then um, I just moved overload as well,
Mm,
so that should free up even more.
yeah, you should be able to fit it. You only, I think you should be fine for a while for the foreseeable future until you pick up maybe another map. The maps that
63
you
gig
use.
left,
Oh
so I'm
yeah,
gonna burn half of that right now.
yeah, you should be good.
That'll leave me 30 gig free. It's unfortunate they put the operating system on that.
Yeah. Well, on the flip side, having the OS on the SSD does make it load in faster, so there's that.
Yeah, that's one of the things I've noticed. By the time I actually can enter my password, all my crap's up.
Yeah,
It's quick.
I've got
All
my
right, so
OS on one of my smaller, older SSDs.
while that's going, I guess do the iL2
Yeah,
or not IL2, yeah.
we'll do some IL2. I'll tell you this. I mean, it it is good. I was just messing around, and it's just I like it. I'm glad I turned around and traded those games in and bought all the expansions. That said, it just depends on how much you like warbirds. I think, especially if you like
Yeah.
Russian and German warbirds, because that's all you're getting is Russian and German warbirds. So, um,
Access the Steam community while playing. Press Shift Tab.
now it should give you the option to. Is it pulling up in VR?
Loading. It doesn't say. I don't know how to get it to go VR.
So whenever you clicked play, it didn't. Did it not give you the option to load regular or load in VR?
No, it just started loading.
Strange.
It says I just bought the game. What the hell? Is the first time you've launched it? Have you bought it or have you played it before?
Is it
I
showing up
just
in your
bought it.
headset?
No.
Okay. So I would exit if you can exit, and we need to restart it in VR, unless you prefer to do this part out of VR.
No. No. Okay, so I have closed the game.
Okay. So if you look at Steam in your top right corner, you should see like a VR button.
That may be part of the problem. I didn't start Steam.
Oh, you clicked on the link.
I clicked on the shortcut on my.
Gotcha.
Okay, so VR button, start Steam VR. Performing first time setup, of course.
Oh, lovely. The one thing I'll say is what you'll want to do is anytime you're about to run DCS, you'll want to shut down Steam VR. Otherwise, it'll pipe DCS's VR through Steam VR, and it kind of makes things a little bit more sluggish.
Okay.
So,
All right. It says now playing Steam VR Home.
okay, perfect. Now, whenever you look at iL2 in the Steam library, it should say play in VR.
Play in VR, yeah.
So go ahead and give that a click. We'll get this thing going.
Okay, yeah, it's starting up now.
Perfect. Same key recenters you. The numpad 5 gets you recentered. And if you have something that you prefer, you can map that once we get in. I'll go ahead and crank mine up as well. But yeah, we should knock the controls out pretty quick. They're nice and straightforward, thankfully. So do you know much about Russian or German warbirds?
No.
So I'll kind of explain as much as I know, because I also know very little about Russian and German warbirds. It's been an interesting experience learning about them, kind of the history behind the reasons why some of these aircraft were built and designed, and the design philosophy that. But let me switch my Streamlabs.
Why ain't it going quick? Still sitting the. I just bought the game with the little thing going around and around.
What is it?
Where it popped up said, pick. I just bought the game, or I played this game before, and I have an iL2 account.
Oh yeah.
Just sitting there spinning.
Oh yeah. It can take a little bit to load in.
All right, messages list. Your connection to master server was temporarily lost. Check your internet connection.
Yeah.
I guess because I'm downloading all that crap.
Yeah, it should be fine. Mine did that too. It's like normal. If you keep trying, it'll work.
Okay, so log in online or log in offline?
Log in online.
Your connection was temporarily lost.
Hmm.
And it's saying it again. It won't let me.
That's weird. Try it a few times. Just keep trying it over and over and see if it
Oh,
gets
that
through.
time it's doing something. Joystick is recommended.
Yep. You just give that the selection.
Create iL2 account, link it with Steam.
Yeah. So if you want to do that now, I'm trying to remember how this will work. Click it, and it should open your browser window and let you link or create a brand new iL2 account linked to your Steam account. But you don't technically have to do that right now if you'd rather just skip it.
Well, I'm already doing it.
Okay.
Steam username. Oh, good. I don't remember my Steam username.
Hang on, I can tell you what it is. Your Steam username is.
APD102.
Oh, wait, we're not friends on Steam, are we?
No. Let me try this.
Maybe since I don't have two computers anymore, maybe whenever my nephew comes in, I'll figure something out.
Well, you can always play from here.
I didn't want to just invite myself to use your stuff.
No, it's all right. Apparently, I can't remember my password.
I hate trying to remember passwords. I finally broke down and started trying to use LastPass. It's pretty helpful.
Well, I use.
Just had to give up.
I wonder.
I've got a message index or a notification index. Oh, my phone locked.
I would never remember that.
Oh, you
It was
found
one
it?
of those. Yeah, it was one of those suggested passwords. I use Google to keep track of my passwords,
Oh, gotcha.
but it didn't autofill. But it's one of those that comes.
So can you? So the only reason why unless I need to figure something else out, one of the reasons why I started using LastPass was because at work I'm signed into my Google account, but they don't let you sync or save passwords. So I tried just setting up a LastPass so I can just copy the passwords out of there. I mean, I'm just using the free account, so whatever. I'll keep using the free one until I can't. Then we'll have to just suck it up and sacrifice because I'm not gonna pay for it. I don't think it's worth it to pay for a password manager. I know you're in the middle of setting it up.
No, go ahead.
But to explain what's going on with the linking is it allows you to buy stuff off their website and then have access to it in the Steam version of the game. So it's one of the nice things that iL2 offers, because if there was one thing I really wish DCS offered, it would be the ability to have your DCS stuff in your Steam download. But unfortunately, it only goes from Steam into standalone and not vice versa. So if you buy a DLC on Steam for DCS, you can get it for standalone, but you cannot get standalone purchases into Steam. But these guys, they let you do it either way. They don't care. I kind of like that.
But there's not really an advantage to playing DCS one versus the other.
Right, yeah. It's not like iL2. iL2, the download speeds are horrible outside of Steam, apparently. So with iL2, you get an advantage if you buy at least the main package through Steam. But Yeah, DCS. It's honestly better to have DCS outside of Steam because like look at that sale. It's not even active on Steam.
Yeah.
So
Okay, I'm restarting it now that I did my
your
account.
perfect. The nice thing is you'll actually have a call sign instead of player dash 358674 because that's all you'll get until you link an account.
Does it invent it? Because it didn't ask me for one.
Oh, it's your Steam account.
Oh, okay.
How's the DCS download so far?
All right. So I'm up. Player 35183.
Oh, you're still player 3513.
Let me see. I haven't restart. Oh, restart the game to enter it. Let me see what it. I guess it didn't log me in somehow. Let's try
Possibly
that.
not.
I don't know what this NVIDIA GeForce overlay is. I'm sure it would be cool if I figured it out.
Oh, that overlay that pops up.
Yeah,
Are
it
you
says
wanting?
click here to do the overlay.
Are you wanting it to not be there, or?
No, I don't enable it, so I don't know what it's doing, what it
Oh,
does.
basically, Alt. Well, yeah, Alt Z. It brings up this GeForce Experience overlay that lets you instant replay. You can turn that on. So what it does is it always records the last 5 minutes of gameplay, and you can hit a key, and it'll automatically save a set amount of time that you configure. So say something crazy happens, you want to save it, you can just hit that button, and it'll save that history. You can record and just do a constant record and save the file, and then you can broadcast. You can do streaming through it. You can also take screenshots and stuff as well. So that's all it's for. I mean, I used to use it for streaming, but I've got my Streamlabs back up, so I'm using it again. I had to take the time to just sit there and tweak it and get it working correctly. I almost never stream these days, so. And my plan originally, now granted, I'm much happier with my new plans for tomorrow, but my original plan for tomorrow was I was going to stream DCS from first thing in the morning all the way until first thing Sunday morning. Just
Oh, wow.
nonstop, with as little breaks as possible. But
Is that fundraising thing you're talking about?
yeah, Extra Life. It's going to be kind of hard to do that once Kayla and Braden are back. So, but it's okay. I didn't do it last year. I plan to instead just maybe pick a day, maybe even game day, and just have her just, you know, let me mostly play games that day or something. I don't know. I'll figure something out. I'm not worried about it. These are the things that you do when you've got a kid. Because trust me, I'd much rather be going to the air show tomorrow than streaming all day. It's cooped up in the house. I need to get out anyway. Because it killed me last year that we didn't go. And I was kind of getting depressed that I wasn't gonna go this year because they were gonna be out of town. And once you invited me, I'm like, there. So by the way, I appreciate the invite.
No problem. Password said what came up in, it says I want to link the accounts. Asked me for an email and password, but I put in the password for iL2 and it said it was wrong. That says wrong too. That can't be wrong.
Oh, it's doing that, isn't it? All right, I have the solution. Here's what you do, because it did the same freaking thing to me. All right, open up Chrome and log into your iL2 account, and then leave it. Just leave the Chrome window open. Well, you'll have to exit iL2 as well, and go back into iL2, and then I think it asks if you already have an account or if it's your first time signing in or whatever, right? You'll hit the option that it's your first time or whatever, and then hit the option to create an iL2 account. And what it will do is it will open up your iL2 account that's already logged in and give you it'll connect your Steam account, or give you the option to log into your Steam account and connect it. It sounds weird, but just trust me.
Okay, you piece of garbage. Oh, email address. What?
This thing may give us enough trouble that we don't even get to mapping your controls before the DCS download is done.
This account is inactive.
Oh, did you go to your email and activate it?
Yeah, I did actually.
Weird.
Oh wait, that's Steam. Nope, that's what I hadn't done that. Activation instructions from the following link. All right, registration completed. Login. All right, it's got me logged in. So, squad tag.
Oh, yeah. You don't have to put that in. I don't have one.
Okay.
All right. So once you're logged in there,
I need to go to link somewhere.
so you'll leave that, just leave that open, and go to run iL2 again, do the new account thing again, and then I think whenever it has the option to click on creating the account, it'll actually just open the iL2 window and link the Steam account. Oh, not the iL2, the Chrome browser, and link it. I believe that's how I got it working last time, because the password never works. I'm not sure why, but it's like almost impossible to get it linked with no password in. Hang on. Oh, it's a lot random. Anyway, I should go to bed soon. Oh.